So, is it all over? Am I done? Is there any point in carrying on? Or have I been wasting my time, my energy? Because let's face it, we've been getting absolutely nowhere. Here's why. I need to change tact to keep my sanity and to help you keep yours. Welcome back everyone. So as you all know, along with a number of other people, I've been talking about what's going wrong in this country, the dreadful way in which our people are being treated, the lack of fair play, the lack of justice, two-tier policing, lawfare, illegal migration, the safety of our children and grooming gangs, and all of the other things that has changed the face of our once beautiful nation, probably forever. Now, during that time, many of us have feared being arrested. I've got to be honest, it's gone through my mind. Quite what for, I honestly don't know. But who knows these days when detectives are knocking on doors simply because you've criticised a Labour councillor or you've written something a bit cheeky on Facebook. And we all know that the man who has fought the most and the hardest and has given the most is currently still sitting in solitary confinement. The Justice Minister doesn't care. The Home Secretary isn't listening. Our Prime Minister thinks we're all a bunch of far-right thugs. And MPs across the country are even now using a template to reply to those who are cheeky enough to write to them with their concerns, and they basically write back telling them to go forth and multiply. We've done our demos, we've written letters, and we've had petitions. Over 3 million people signed one of them, but it's changed nothing. And the conclusion has to be that trying to oppose this tyrannical government and the people that run it is a complete and utter waste of time. They are here for the duration, and there's nothing we can do about it. There's nothing that we can change. So I suppose we better get used to it. You see, dictators don't give in easily, and they'll simply swallow us all up if and when they feel so inclined. We have been wasting our time in thinking that if the public makes enough noise, then these people will listen. In truth, they'll never listen, and they have absolutely no intentions of ever doing so. So where do we go from here? How do we come to terms with another 4 years of depression and sadness under this rotten Labour government? Well, I think we all have to change tact, our attitude, and probably our expectations. We have to start to look forward together and believe that one day this nightmare will be over, and it will. But it can only be over if we start to mobilise right now and do things properly. So what does that mean? Firstly, reform. Now look, I'm no Nigel Farage supporter for reasons that most of you will already be aware of, but I've said it before and I have to stick by it. You don't have to like the manager to support the team. The only way we can win is through the ballot box, peacefully, legally, properly. And despite the faults of Farage, and there are a number of them for me, I'd take him over Starmer in an absolute heartbeat. And let's be honest, so would you. And like it or not, there is no other horse in this race, and everyone on the centre-right simply must get behind reform, whether you're a fan or not. You can prefer the policies of UKIP and you can prefer Ben Habib or Rupert Lowe as leader all you like. But let's face it, neither is going to happen anytime soon. And we can attend as many demos as we want and we can shout as loud as we like, because this lot are copping a deafen. And the only thing we'll achieve is a higher arrest rate and damaging levels of blood pressure. So from here on in, I think I will continue to talk about issues, but I'm going to try and focus on the positives, the future, and things that we can do together. I'm going to try and focus on keeping you sane and positive rather than depressing you even further than you already are. And I'm going to be talking about the positive changes that we can bring, but we can only bring those changes if we work together. You see, there is hope, there is light at the end of this tunnel, but to reach that light, we all have to be willing to look at it together. For some people, that's going to be hard because those on the right tend to hold on to their principles, and I totally get that. But if we're going to unite, if we're going to win, we might just have to put some of those principles to one side for the common cause, at least for now. Am I right or am I wrong? Let me know.